welcome to Dog Night. So I want you to grab your book, which is With Your Whole Heart. You should have received one in the mail. And we are going to turn to page 16. And this is going to be Wednesday, the second week of Lent. So for our Bible verse to start out with, we're going to read it. It says, "You shall put these words of mine in your heart and soul." Deuteronomy 11:18. You know, we never have to start out from scratch with God. We trust that He will dwell within us and trust that He hears us speaking. But when we're learning how to listen and grow with Him, it can help to fill our memories with His Word. We need to have good habits of Bible verses and prayers. And along with that, we have set up some prayer stations to show you some ways you can do that at home. So come on, let's check them out.
Hi kids. So the first station we're going to do is the Count Your Blessings station. And blessings are things that you're happy to have, that make you feel good. And I'm going to name some of these, and I'm sure you have your own. And with each one we have, we're going to build a little tower. And I'm sure a lot of you have blocks or something else you can use, but we're going to use these. So the first thing we're probably very happy for is our family. So I'm going to start with this block. The next one are our friends. I'm sure all of us have friends. Now let's do a red one here. Okay, that's for our friends. How many of you have pets out there? I'm sure most of you have pets and they make us happy. So let's put the blue one on for our pets. Then we have food, shelter, clean water. I'm hoping all of you watching this have those things, but a lot of people don't. So let's put a red one on for those. And God has given all of us talents and gifts to use. So I know you all have them, so that'll be our next one. We'll do the blue. And then, how many of you have good health? You're not sick, you're not in a hospital. That's a big one. So that will be the last one. You could probably build about 20 more, but we're just going to do 6. So add this to your prayer list every night. Okay?
Hello, kids. Welcome to Dog Night again. Our prayers of we're doing prayers of healing. Do you kiddos have any Band-Aids at home? I bet you probably do. So if there's somebody that is hurt, or at school, or maybe somebody that fell, you might want to just take your Band-Aid, and if you have a cross or anything in your room, you can write their name down and put it on the cross. So anyway, so these are things you can do for the prayers of healing.
Hey everyone, it's Pastor Deb behind the pole. I love these different ways that we're learning to pray, because sometimes just praying at mealtime or just before you go to bed is really boring. And so I love that we're learning different ways to pray. Now, one of the things that I find, instead of just praying once a day or whatever, is I like to just talk to God throughout the day as different things come to mind. And sometimes I need reminders, like someone will say to me, "Pastor Deb, could you pray for such and such?" And I'll be like, "Absolutely," and then I'll forget. And so sometimes I need reminders. And so one of the great reminders that we have are called prayer bands. And this is something that you can do at home, because all you need is a piece of paper. It can even be scratch paper. And you cut them into strips. And then when you think of someone or something that might need extra prayers throughout the day, you can write it on that and tape it to your hand. So one of them that I wrote down is my friend Becky is going to be taking her driver's test soon. And so I want to pray for her throughout the day that she does well on her driver's test. So that's what I wrote on this band. And I'm going to tape it on my wrist, and now throughout the day it will be that reminder. When I see it, I'll just say, "Hey God, help Becky do her best on her driver's test." And before I take it off at night, I'm going to call Becky and see how she did and let her know that I was praying for her. So that's another way, another idea for you praying at home.
So the next prayer station is going to be prayers of forgiveness. Have any of you ever did something that you felt really bad about, or you think that you know, you didn't do something, but you probably should ask God to forgive you anyway. Well, you could take any pieces of paper, Post-it notes or construction paper, anything like that, and you can write on here if you hit your sister or your brother or did something you weren't supposed to, and you can crumple it all up and you can throw it in the trash and give it to God and ask for forgiveness.
And finally, do you sometimes wish your whole family knew what you were praying for during the week? Or you wish that maybe you had the opportunity to know what somebody else needed prayers for? Well, maybe you have a dry erase board at your house. Or maybe you have a mirror or a window that you can write on with a dry erase marker. Or maybe you have some extra sticky notes and you're going to designate a prayer wall at your house. And then every time you or someone else thinks of something that needs to be prayed for or prayed about, you can quick make a little note and stick it up there or write it on your wall. And then whenever you go by, or maybe once a day at the end of the day, you just stop and say a prayer for whatever's there. So on my prayer wall over here, I've written driver's test to remind me to pray for Becky this week. I also wrote Paxton's birthday because Paxton had a birthday last week and I wanted just to thank God for her. I also wrote Beanstalk because we know that the kids' musical is coming up, and so I want to just offer some prayers of courage for everyone who is taking part in that musical, as well as thanking God for the sunshine, but asking maybe for some rain or for the basketball team to play the best they can. And now, as we walk by it as a family during the day, we'll just say some quick prayers. Don't have to be long, just talking to God. And at the end of the week, we'll erase it and start over each week so that we can continue to pray for each other and that we can remember to all pray as one family. Susan, back to you.
So along with all of our prayer stations, I'd encourage you to pray any which way that you feel fit for you. Also, you can involve your family members with that. So with that, we're going to end with a prayer. Lord, your word is precious to me, deep in my heart and quick to my lips. Amen. So we will see you next week. Bye.